95% of people quit. That's the reality, the statistics. The one who bought a supplement pack and thought it was going to be a jack in 2 months, the New Year's resolution, and the new memberships. And I know numbers get thrown out all the time, but this one is real. You've seen it. Look at any gym in January, then go back and look again in March. Empty, not a single soul. That was all just hype. Now, before we continue with this video, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. And comment what made you quit or not quit your fitness journey. People don't quit because they're weak. They quit because they started for the wrong reason. See, everybody walks into the gym thinking fitness is all about motivation and aesthetics, about hype, about being that guy or that girl, the shredded dude at the beach, the baddie with abs and perfect lighting and clean, healthy diet. We all did that. I did too. I wanted to look jacked so girls would finally talk to me. It didn't help, by the way. You look in the mirror one day and your brain goes like, I need to fix that thing. Maybe it's insecurity. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's the need to prove something. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a positive change. The problem is people don't stick to it. You walk into the gym with that new music playlist. You film your first set because this is the beginning of your journey. You look for how to get abs fast or how to get jacked fast. You eat chicken and rice and suddenly you feel like a professional bodybuilder. That's what I did, at least. But motivation is cheap. It burns hot and it dies fast. And there's always this first wall. One day you're tired, the next you don't see any progress. But then weeks go by and you feel like nothing changes. Maybe it isn't working. Maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I got bad genetics. That's where most people quit. Because the reason they started, motivation, validation, external rewards, fails them. You started to train because you want to look better, but somewhere along the line, that will to change is fading. You lose that spark of motivation because you feel like you're stuck. Then you start bargaining with yourself. I'll skip it. I'll start tomorrow. I'll reset and start next week. You know what? I'll start next month, okay? The journey you've imagined start to feel slow, heavy, and frustrating. This is where 95% stop. We want the results without the work. And when it all feels pointless, what we do next decides everything. You can let it win. Give up on your goal and let it all go. Or you can fight it and do whatever it takes to reach your goal. Your brain will write a full philosophical lecture about rest, balance, peace, alignment, destiny, whatever it needs to avoid doing the hard thing. But deep down, you and I both know you don't need rest right now. You don't need a perfect plan. You just don't feel like it. So what should we do when we feel that? Build a system, a routine you know will lead you to your goal, even when your brain decides otherwise. And the first time you choose a routine over your emotions, something changes. When you follow a plan and you go to the gym, even when you feel tired or unmotivated, you know you're progressing. Because even if your workout wasn't the best you've had, you've worked on your discipline. You didn't give up on yourself. At some point, without realizing it, you start to see something deeper. The gym is a place in your life where effort always equals result. Think about it. The gym is brutally honest. If you show up, you grow. If you push, you progress. If you train, you change. And it's just you. You're the only one responsible for your success. You don't just go to the gym to look better anymore. You go to the gym because you like the person you are when you do. And as you go and see the results you get from the gym, it builds you in other aspects of your life too. And when you begin to see the results, it's proof that with enough effort, discipline, and consistency, you can achieve the goals you have. This is where the identity shift happens. You stop being that person trying to be disciplined. You become the person who doesn't skip. You become the person who shows up anyway. Now you don't need motivation, you don't need hype, you don't even need a solid reason. You just do it. This is where the 95% of people fall off, and where the 5% flourish. Now, there comes a point where your goal changes. At first, you train to look different, to impress someone, to fix something, to feel like you finally measured up to the image you've had in your head. After you've trained the days you didn't want to, after you've trained when no one cared, after you've kept going even after that initial spark was gone, you stop training for everyone but yourself. You stop training for attention. You stop training to get noticed. You stop training for anyone but yourself. And you start training because you want to be better. Now the gym becomes a place where you check in with yourself, where you clear your head, where you remind yourself of what you're capable of. You don't need to announce it to everyone. You don't need compliments or validation. You just do the work. And the more you do it, the more it spills to everything else. You communicate better. You handle stress better. You move with more confidence. You say no to things you know are bad for you because you've already proved with yourself consistently that you can do what's hard. The body changes, yes, that's the visible part. But the real shift is in the way you see yourself. You stop breaking promises for yourself. You stop running from the work. You stop giving up when it gets uncomfortable. You become a person you can rely on. That's the actual point of this, not just the hype, the validation, or the aesthetics. You're building yourself. And that's what the 95% of people don't understand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Goodbye.